guys, it's Amanda here, your cutie of Carnage.
And I'm JESS KORESH, the elf on the shelf.
Here on Channel Sundown.
Yay! It's Christmas.
Happy holidays, guys. Yes, it is that time of year, and as you can see, we're wearing our holiday PJs. He is a Ghostbuster, and I am a Stay Puft. If you guys can't see by my head's not as big as the hood, but we are dressed up in our Christmas PJs to do our Christmas countdown. I'm probably not going to wear this hood the whole time because the hood is kind of pulling my hair. So let me take this off. Hope I look suitable. But yes, guys, today we're going to be talking about our top 10. By top 10, I mean Jess's 5 and my 5. Top 10 favorite horror holiday films. Yes. And when we do our countdown, do keep in mind that maybe a few of our films are not horror. Well, they're all horror based, but they're not be like Christmas holiday films, but they're films we enjoy watching during this time of year. Indeed.
I want to be a dentist.
Oh God, I was like to start on that.
Your voice there.
We are, however, going to do a major shout out to Gina and Ted from the Late Late Horror Show because they had a Christmas special, top favorite YouTuber channels. I say YouTuber channels. Favorite YouTube channels. So guys, we did a little segment on that where we're talking about a holiday film. So you guys keep in mind the link is down below for that video. So thanks again, Dina and Ted, for letting us be a part of that. So the link is below. Y'all check it out. It has me and Jessie as well as other YouTube channels on the Late Late Horror Show. So y'all check out that Christmas special. But right now, let's go ahead and jump into our countdown. I hope my hair isn't like standing up. Alright, good deal.
Snot.
Snot. Yes,
Snot.
Guys. See the pun there? Ah, we have puns during the holidays. Alright guys, so here it goes. I'm going to go ahead and let Mr. Koresh, my friend indeed, go with his first number 5 horror pick. And you guys, look, if I'm not pointing in the right section, but we will have the link, because I'm starting to do this now, we'll have the link if the video is, if the film is streaming anywhere, we guys will have the links for, I need to start pointing in the right direction. We would have the links of where these films are streaming if you guys want to indeed check them out. Yes. So go ahead, Jessie, number 5.
Well, that's
I don't mean to scare you, sorry.
That's very kind of you to
I know,
provide
right?
links.
I'm feeling the holidays.
Well, I know for a fact that my number 5 video is on Voodoo because
Number 5 video.
my number 5, you got me saying videos now. Like we're doing, I'm Carson Daly and this is you're watching TLR.
TR.
TRL. TLR. What's TLR? All right.
Total Live Request.
Total Live Request. Okay, so my number 5 is a. Don't look at my list. It's okay. My number 5 is from 2005, and I just watched this recently, and it's called Santa Slay. Santa's Slay, like S-L-A-Y. And I really thought I thought it was going to be like a bad movie, and it kind of is a bad movie, but it's a lot of fun because it's got, right off the bat, it starts off with a lot of cameos. Have you watched it?
No.
Okay, well, right off the bat, it kind of starts off with a lot of cameos from like, you know, because like reality shows were real hot at the time, and like, you know, all those kind of things. So it starts off with a lot of early 2000 cameos with people that you probably forgot about by now. But you know, it's like Santa's been good for a decade or for a millennium, and now he's like tired of being a good guy, so he reverts back to his original demonic self. And he's real it's real funny because he's like just real grumpy and cranky. So he's just like, you know, if somebody's in his way, he just like kills them and keeps going.
Oh gosh.
So, but it sounds. I mean, it's. My favorite Christmas movies are also like fun and funny too, and that's what this movie is. It's a lot of fun, and it's funny, and it's got a lot of, you know, kind of niche cameos. But I thought it was a lot of fun. So it's Santa's Slay from 2005, and I know it's on Voodoo for free.
Good deal. Yeah, that's a lot with this countdown is when I was doing my countdown, I had to narrow it down a little bit, and it was hard because there are films that people consider better. But on my countdown, my films might not be the best, but I enjoyed them.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoyed them and their silliness and all. So people are going to be like, you forgot this film, you forgot this film. And I'm like, yeah, but that film might be better. But this film I enjoy watching because it's silly and it's fun. Because you have to find the funny in the cheese.
Yeah.
Indeed. So, yes, good pick, Mr. Koresh.
And I love cheese.
Well, as you guys know, I have to look at my notes because I am very forgetful. You guys know that. I can't ever remember things. But my number 5 pick is probably not the best, like I said, but it's one of my favorites and I enjoy it. And that is 2007's P2. Yes, P2. And this is actually directed by Frank Colfound. I hope I'm saying his name right. But it stars Wes Bentley, who I have a love crush on. And I have a Way Before American Horror Story. He was in Way Before American Horror Story, and he was also in like Hunger Games and stuff. But I had a crush on him because he was in American Beauty. He was the teenager American Beauty, and I had a huge crush on him and everything. And it also stars Rachel Nichols. And this film basically is about this business girl who's working Christmas Eve, and she's trying to leave. She's trying to get to her family's house, you know, and all that sort. And there's this security guy who, in the parking garage where she works, he works there. Well, come to find out, this guy is very attractive, but he's very lonely. He's very lonely, and he has feelings for this girl, and he is obsessed. And he takes her and he locks her up, and it's a whole ordeal with like them being in the parking garage and her hiding and stuff. And it gets pretty violent and pretty crazy. And I really enjoy the film, not just because of Wes Bentley. It's just, it has really kind of like those factors of like, what I enjoy about the film is it doesn't try to like be what it's not. It's exactly what it is. It is a catcher, obsessed guy, and he goes there and everything. So yeah, P2 2007, and I believe that it's streaming right now. It's streaming on Tubi and Vudu. So yeah, y'all check it out. Have you seen it?
Yes. But 2 things. First of all, if I called the businesswoman a business girl, I'd probably get a lot of backlash out of it. But you being female can get away with it.
Oh, businesswoman.
She was a business girl. Sounds like she was a prostitute.
Well, he calls her girl.
Yeah.
So.
And the other thing that's funny is, like, you know, I watched this movie because the other day, because we don't ever talk about the countdowns, and the other day you were like, have you seen P2? And I was like, yeah. I just watched it the other day. You're like, oh, okay, that's cool. Like, you didn't tell me, you didn't say another word about it. That's all you said. I was like, oh, yeah, that's cool. It's a cool movie. And then now it's on your countdown. I think that's
funny. It's like, I saw it a while ago, and like that's why I was kind of like nosy. I didn't want to come out and ask, so I was like, have you seen that? And he was like, yeah, and I was like, okay, well, I don't think it'll be on this countdown, so hopefully not.
It almost was.
Almost was. Well, there you go. Speaking of which, Jesse, it's your turn. You're number 4. Why do I keep making my fingers out like people need to know? Yeah, 4.
My number 4 is 2015's Krampus. Because I feel like after this movie came out, it was a different, you know, I feel like there's been a lot of imitators after that. But as far as I know, it was one of the original, like, Krampus movies. But now, you know how, like, you know how, like, when you go to Redbox, they have all these, like,
straight to videos.
The real Krampus or Krampus Attacks or whatever. You're like, wait a minute, these aren't it. But, like I said, it's got all the, it was kind of original. It's got all the, because for me, it'd been a while before like a Christmas horror movie had come out. It seemed like there was a lot of them, like in the late 70s, like 80s. Always, you know, there was like Silent Night and Deadly Night, all those like Christmas holiday horror movies. And it seemed like when this one had come out, it had been a while before like a real holiday Christmas horror movie come out. So it was a lot of fun when it came out, and it's fun. It's got Adam Scott in it, so it's got a lot of funny stuff. It was a lot funnier than I had anticipated. And, I don't know, it's just another fun movie.
Well, the funny thing about that is, like, whenever, like, because this was back in the summertime when you saw it and stuff, because I remember I was showing you films, and I was like, you're like, not another Krampus movie. And I was like, no, this is the original one. You're like, no, I'm done with Krampus movies. And you actually were like, I actually didn't think I was going to enjoy that at all.
Yeah, it was fun.
Because you were like, I started watching it, and he was like, but he saw it again, he was like, yeah, it's better than, because it was, like, back when, like, Krampus was everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. And it was summertime too, so you're like,
Krampus this, Krampus
that. Exactly. Good deal. All right. So it's my number 4. Why do I always nod my head every time? 4.
It's like turning into Matthew McConaughey all the time. That's number 3, man. I don't know what that. That wasn't. That sounded less like Matthew McConaughey. My real voice probably sounds more like Matthew McConaughey than what I just did.
Right?
Okay.
Alright, well my number 4 is actually a film that a lot of people do not like, but I like it. It's actually a remake. It's a remake. 2006's Black Xmas. 2006's Black
I haven't seen that
Xmas.
one.
Yeah. It is a remake of the original Black Christmas, and I enjoy the film. It's not the best film, and it's not streaming anywhere, unfortunately, because I looked up. But I remember when I saw the film, when I first saw the film and everything, it was really kind of different. And actually, it's directed by Glenn Morgan and Andrea Martin, who is actually in the original Black Christmas.
Oh yeah, she is. You know, that's
Yeah.
funny because I was watching that and I was like, "Is that her?" I thought I recognized her.
Yeah.
She made kind of a comeback in the last couple of years where she's been in a lot of TV and
Yeah, yeah, and she's a big character actress too.
Yeah.
She's in so many films and stuff. But that film, yeah, I enjoy it. It's weird. And the reason why I think I enjoy it the most is the remake of Black Christmas that just came out in 2019 is not on my countdown. So I'm going to go ahead and say that right now, because Black Christmas, if you guys say, I'm going to have the link down below to our review. But I liked Black Christmas because it felt like it was a remake, but it wasn't at all like the original Black Christmas. That I like kind of like how they change things. Because I think when things are remake, you either need to do it like the same and add new to it, or do something totally different. And Black Xmas is really cheesy, it's crazy, and the killer, it's not like the original Black Christmas. It's insane, and like the guy that's in it with the long hair, the weirdo, about that film. But anyways, yeah, Black Xmas 2006. I really enjoy that film, and a lot of people hate that film indeed.
Every time you say Black Xmas, I just see a tagline that says Black Xmas, taking the Christ out of Christmas.
Yeah, well,
Like Black Xmas.
like we're out of the X to mass.
Well, you've already talked. Yeah, I need to check that out. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's something interesting indeed. So yes, Jesse, your turn, sir, for your number. It's 3 now. His number 3.
My number 3. My number 3 is another movie that I didn't know what to. I didn't watch this movie until recently because I kind of thought it was something else. And then when I watched it, I was pleasantly surprised. And we've talked about it before, and we've talked about it on the channel. But mine is it's 2010's Rare Exports. I actually really liked that movie a lot. It has a lot of the feel of like those classic movies, kind of like E.T. or Gremlins or something like that. But it's like a modern remake of it, and it's got an evil kind of Santa Claus, but it's not the classic Santa Claus, and it's not Krampus. It's a completely thing. It's a thing all its own. So it's got that fun kind of, it's got a fun feel to it. Like people that like Stranger Things and stuff like that, I think they'll enjoy that movie.
And we'll have a link below to that review as well. And it's a foreign film. They're in southern Finland?
I don't remember. It was Finland,
yeah.
Kind of like Pan's Labyrinth too. A little bit, if you like that. You probably don't check like this movie.
Exactly. It is crazy, and I enjoy it. And I think it's actually streaming right now. Guys, I'll have the link if I point I'm pointing the
Stop
web
pointing
direction.
at me.
Yeah, we'll have them right over here. But it's streaming. I think it's streaming on Amazon. I'm not sure I stand correct, but we'll have the links there where it's streaming. So y'all check it out. My number 3 is actually not so much a Christmas-themed horror film, but it takes place in the snow. Has that big wintry feel, and that is 2010's Frozen, directed by Adam Green. And this basically is about 3 friends who go skiing, and they get stuck on the things that bring the skiers down. They get stuck out there on the cliff, the hanger thing, and it is really on edge. And you would think something like that, not so much, but it's Adam Green. You guys know Hatchet, Adam Green, horror director. This is like one of his first films I've seen of his, and it has so much tension, and like you would think people are stuck on a ski lift. You're like, okay, how interesting is that? But it's interesting. It is so on edge, and it has tension, and you know,
it has wolves in
wolves.
it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
I forgot when you first mentioned it, I was like, I
Uh-huh.
forgot about it. I was like, oh wait, I've seen that movie.
Yeah, yes, and it is something else, and it's actually streaming right now on Vudu. So if you guys haven't got a chance to check it out, like I said, it's not really Christmassy feel, but they're stuck out in the winter, so they're stuck in the frozen. So it has very Coco feel to it.
Let it go.
Let it go, yeah.
It's got that catchy song. Everybody knows that song.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
in there.
Yeah, so Frozen, guys, check it out. And it's so funny because when I was looking up the info for the film and stuff, every time I typed Frozen 2 kept popping up. And I was like, no, wrong film.
Wrong Frozen. My number 2 is a movie that we've kind of talked about a little bit, but you were talking about, we've talked about the remakes. Mine was the original Black Christmas from 1974, directed by Bob Clark, who also directed A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
Which, if we were doing a horror thing, that would be my number 1. So, Bob Clark and the Christmas Stories. That's all. In the Christmas Stories, that's all we'll say. We've talked about Black Christmas. I haven't seen the remake that you're talking about. You know, we both went and saw the new remake, which we didn't care for. But I love the original. I don't know why I like this movie so much, but just in the last 2 months, I've watched it 3 times. And I don't, I don't know why I've watched. I don't know what it is about that movie. Yeah, and I mean, the last couple of times I've kind of put it on, in the background or whatever. But I don't know what it is about that movie. I don't like the guy making the phone calls is so creepy, like little piggy. I'm not gonna say what that guy says, but he's like the phone calls are so creepy, and yeah, it was one of the first, one of the first movies where there was I remember, as far as I know, where there was a phone call like that, what do you do? And I'm gonna kill you, and So, I mean, it kind of goes with the whole babysitter or you alone in the house mythos and stuff they used in Scream and other movies later. But, yeah, the creepy phone calls at the beginning, the whole movie, it's a lot of fun.
It is.
Yeah. And it's got, you've named some of the people in it. It's got, what's her name, Margot Kidder, is that her name? The girl that was in Superman and kind of lost her mind later on in life.
Yeah.
But she's great in it. Andrea, what's her last name? We talked about her a minute ago.
Martina?
Martin, Andrea Martin, yeah, she's really good. I think she was also in, back in the day, wasn't she on SCTV with John Candy and, you remember that show? It was a skit, it was a skit show, it was a Canadian skit show in the 80s. And it had John Candy, I think Rick Moranis was on there.
Oh, wow.
But anyway, I'm pretty sure she was on that show too. Matter of fact, I know she was. But yeah, it's a fun, Black Christmas 1974, the original, it's also a good movie. So check out the original, check out the first remake, but don't watch the new one.
There you go.
Just kidding, you can watch it if you want to.
My number 2 is actually a film that I just seen recently. And this is a part of the Into the Dark series on Hulu. And that is 2018's Polka. Polka, yes. And it's directed by Nacho Villando. I hope I'm saying this, Villando.
Sure.
And but he directed Open Windows and he directed Colossal. And this film is actually it's in the Into the Dark series, so it's streaming on Hulu right now. And it is so crazy. It's about this guy who is an actor, and he gets this acting job. He's going on auditions, and he gets an acting job to wear this suit for polka. And he kind of drives himself into madness. And it's one of those films that I can't really tell you too much what it's about because you going into it not knowing, but the ending is just, everything about it is just, it kind of leads you in, and it's so good. I love this movie. I was actually really pleased when I saw it. So if you guys get a chance to see Polka on Hulu, check it out because it is crazy. A man's wearing a big kids show suit and he's going crazy, and there's a few scenes in there where you're kind of like, oh, okay, and I'm not going to spoil it, but there's some sexual scenes in a suit. We'll just say that, and
For all you furries out there.
Yeah, Exactly. So yeah, and it's really on edge, and it really kind of gets you kind of like questioning each thing. And like I said, repeating myself, it is so crazy. And there's like turns in the film, and there's twists, and the ending kind of gets you going. And you're just kind of like, oh shit, what the hell did I just watch? And I really enjoyed it. So Polka is my choice for number 2, which I'm really shocked because I thought I really wasn't going to like this film. But it's so weird because the Into the Dark series on Hulu has some good episodes.
Yeah, we talked about that the other day.
Yeah.
We were talking about how it's kind of weird that, and I'm like you, I thought I was, for some reason, I don't know the way it looked, like it looked kind of like it was going to like cheap, the cover or whatever, but then when I watched it, I really enjoyed it. But we talked about that, like how Blumhouse makes like the decision, because some of the shows, some of the things they have on the series are better than movies that they have in the theater, and then some of the movies they put out could have easily been, I would have just put them on Into the Dark. You know? So it's weird, like Black Christmas.
Right.
Not to bring up Black Christmas again, but you know, some of the episodes of Into the Dark are way better than that was.
Exactly.
So, even in all kinds of different ways. So. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, exactly. So y'all check out Pokemon number 2. Now, Jesse, do you want to wait for your number 1?
You want to do your honorable mentions?
Yeah.
Go ahead and do your honorable mentions.
Alright, good deal. My honorable mentions, I'm just going to jump in real quick and kind of just say what they are. You know, we're not going to really jump too much into the films because, like I said, you know, these are honorable mentions. But my first honorable mention is actually, I did a countdown last year, and this was my number 1 on the countdown. And, of course, is 2011's Attack the Block. I love Attack the Block. It's city gang kids in London, South London, against aliens. It's not so much a Christmas film, but it takes place in like the winter. It comes right in that season, like right after Halloween, Thanksgiving, that area. And it's really snowy and it's really crazy. But like I said, it's assholes versus aliens, so y'all check it out. And my number 2 is actually streaming on Tubi right now, and that is 2016's Red Christmas. And, of course, I have 2 more honorable mentions, and that's going to be 2015, streaming on Shudder right now, 2015's A Christmas Horror Story. Of course, that's on everybody's countdown, but I put Christmas Horror Story. And then my last honorable mention is, of course, a film that nobody can forget about, and that's 1984's Gremlins. You cannot forget about Gremlins. So there we go. So that is my honorable mentions. So now that I got that out of the way, I'll take a swig of water and I will let you go ahead and do your mentions.
Do you feel better now?
Mm-hmm.
We should do a video one time that's just you doing honorable mentions. 2 hours of me doing honorable mentions.
There we go.
Well, my number 1 is another movie that we talked about recently. But you know what? It's for some reason after I watched this movie, and then it's one of those movies I thought about. And like, you ever watch a movie and then the more you think about it, the more you realize you like it.
Yeah.
And like, I was like, man, you know, later on I was like, I really love this movie and I want to watch it again. So I watched it again. And this was, my number 1 is 1980's Christmas Evil. I love the main character. I love him. Like, because he's so sweet to these kids. Like he's demented, but he has like good intentions. And so like, it's like, he's so sweet and like good to the kids, and then like he's like murking all the adults. Yeah. It's like he doesn't care at all, and the kids are like siding with him even though he's like crazy. It's a beautiful, beautiful Christmas time movie, and everyone should watch it. And you know, it's the director. I've tried to look at Lewis Jackson, I believe his name, and I've tried to look him up. I don't think he directed or did anything else other than this movie. No. And like you'll look it up, and he'll do interviews and stuff about the movie for like, you know, film festivals and stuff like that. But it's kind of interesting because he never did anything else, and I think he really should have. Maybe now, maybe this movie's coming back in like a big cult way, and maybe more people have heard about it now, and he'll come back and decide he wants to do another movie like Richard Stanley.
There you go. Well, we also did a film review on that, guys, so we have that link down below because it stars, of course, the father of Fiona Apple is
the
crazy.
You told me that.
Yeah, the crazy guy who kills people is Fiona Apple's father. So
that's probably why he stopped making. That's probably why he made movies. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're Fiona Apple's father."
Well, he was also in.
I'm my own man.
Yeah. Well, he's also also in Brian De Palma's film, Dress to Kill and stuff. So yeah, so he wasn't inventing very, if I could speak, very many films. But yeah, there goes your number one, which is so funny because I thought you were gonna hate Christmas Evil.
Nope, loved it.
There you go. So here it is, my number one. So of course, guys, you know I have to read my notes, but my number one is going to be, of course, 1974's Black Christmas. That is my number one, yes. Because Bob Clark directed Christmas Story, and he directed Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things, Porky's, and Death Dream, which is one of Jesse's favorite 70s films. If you guys check it out, like that's one of his favorites.
Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things is on my top list too.
Oh yeah.
And Porky's.
Yeah.
What a varied career,
Right?
he had.
Yes, and it's actually streaming everywhere. It's streaming on Vudu, Tubi, and Shudder right now. And it stars Margaret Kidder, which we said Margaret Kidder, Olivia Hussey, and John Saxon.
Hussey?
Yeah, Hussey. Yeah, Hussey. Hussey, yeah. John Saxon, because are you misreading that? I mean, you're not wearing your glasses. No, I'm not. But yeah, it's just, the film is so good, and you can't, it's horrific. It really is. And just, it's a film that kind of grabs you, and you don't know what you're really watching. And just, like I said, I'm not going to spoil the ending, but the ending is just, it's just the perfect holiday slasher film. Because it's basically not trying to get back into the remake of the 2019 Black Christmas. But the thing about it is, it's basically doing what the 2019 was trying to do. But it does it really without, it does that kind of people versus people kind of situation. And a lot of people were against the film because they're like, oh, it's sexist and everything. But honestly, I mean, you have your opinions, but the 2019 was trying to do what the original did and kind of didn't make it because it has this overwhelming feel of just, not knowing what you're going against. And it's a lot of character-driven story against each other. So it's kind of like people put in a situation where they have to deal and they have to fight this thing, but they don't know what they're fighting. So it's kind of like back and forth was basically it's people put in a circumstance to try to dealing, and not many people deal with it the proper way. So it's kind of, it's kind of like back and forth. Like, I'm not going to get into a scene in particular, but there's a scene, with the characters in a situation, and you don't know who you're for and who you're against. And it's kind of like, it's a really good horror film. And it's good because not even just a holiday film, it's a good slasher film. It's really good, and a lot of people even put it, like, when people talk about Halloween, people talk about Friday the 13th. I mean, I'm not going to put Friday the 13th in the Halloween category, but, like, they talk about Halloween and everything. But I think Black Christmas has that kind of slasher film of kind of, like, just kind of, I felt like, call me wrong if you guys want, but it has a very psycho feel to it, and kind of a tension, as a tension of the film.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And has a very Alfred Hitchcock kind of way of being a slasher film. I'm not comparing the film to any Alfred, I'm not comparing it to, Psycho, Vertigo or anything, but I'm just saying it has that character-driven situation, and it's really good, and I enjoy Black Christmas. Not just as a holiday film, but I think it's a good slasher film, period. And it's creepy, and if y'all have not seen it, there's something wrong with you as a horror fan if you've never seen Black Christmas, so I guarantee you should probably see it.
Don't judge me. There's probably something wrong with you as a horror fan.
I said I was joking.
If you haven't seen it. But no pressure. We'll put the link below so you can check it out if you haven't already.
The link on the side.
But there's something wrong with you if you haven't seen it. But you can watch it now. Just check out the link below.
Anyways, guys, yeah. Well, that concludes our 2019 holiday horror film countdown. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree? Let us know. Comment below. Did we leave any films out? Do you guys think we have something on our countdown that you guys are like, oh no, that's not good? Like I said, let us know. Don't tell Jesse that he's wrong, but you can tell me I'm wrong all day. It's okay. Comment below. And guys, do not forget, we seek approval. So do not forget to like, let me point out it right, like and subscribe. Like these videos and subscribe to this channel indeed. Okay guys, well, happy holidays and thanks again for watching our Christmas episode of Channel Sundown, and y'all stay tuned because we're going to have our year in review. We're going to have our top 10 best and worst films, horror films of 2019. Now, if we did worst films of 2019, that'll be too long of a list. Anyways, guys, so stay tuned to our yearly countdown of 2019 best and worst horror films. And you guys, till next time, bye.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Bye.
My predator mask is like, oh. Do you guys think we are right or wrong?
That's all I gotta say. You guys think we're right or wrong? Drops mic.